putting photo in the article about the Singapore model, and it is pure 1984. And then the whole article is about how great it is. There it is. All-seeing eye with a soldier in the middle of it, with everyone arrayed before it. And they describe it as horrible but wonderful, like slitting your wrist and getting into a hot bath. And the population has the lowest reproduction rate in the world, and how wonderful that is. Now they're all dying. I mean, it's just wonderful. Just totally wonderful. And, of course, how great the medical tyranny is, being scanned on the streets, and how you're executed for nothing, and just how good and how great this guy is, how he says we're all just animals in a social engineering control grid and that we want tyranny. He's the minister mentor, Lee Kuan Yew. Oh, it's so good. And how great it is that they're bringing in foreigners to replace the dying population on the global plan as the model for the entire globe. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Just total sickness. Selling death as good. Now, continuing here, almost everything is a crime in America now. 14 of the most ridiculous things that Americans are being arrested for. And since I read this article a few days ago, and I remember all the articles they linked to, and this is the 14 examples, I instantly, just this week, had probably seen 20, 30 things far worse than even what's in this article. I mean, it's far worse. Doesn't it seem like almost everything's becoming a crime in America now? Americans are being arrested and charged with crimes for doing things like leaving dog poop on the ground, opening up Christmas presents early, not recycling properly, passing gas in class, or having brown lawns. But it is healthy for our society for the police to be involved in such silly things. It's not silly. It's training you that they're in your business, that telescreens are bossing you when you're at checkout lines, that they are going to intrude on you, and that's the way it is. Every single day in the United States inches closer to becoming a totalitarian society. I got news for you. There's still free speech limited, but everything else is already gone. That and the Second Amendment, they're coming after that. While there are some that would welcome the shift, the truth is that throughout history, the societies that have experienced the greatest economic prosperity have all had at least a certain level of freedom. Businesses thrive when people feel free to live and work. But see, they don't want competition. They want to consolidate. They want to shut down travel. They want to shut down tourism. They admit that's their plan. When a government tightens the grip too much, many people just start shutting down. That's exactly what they want. Just like places like North Korea, even though the rest of the world is sending them huge amounts of food, starvation is still quite common in the totalitarian regime. Yeah, I just wanted to add to that, you know, for the average brain-numbed zombie that believes the police state's good and that thinks that what's happening in America is good, Democrats who didn't like it, now that Obama's in, they love it. Republicans that loved it under Bush, now that Obama's here, they don't like the police state because they think that if their party's in, it's somehow good. Your party, it's bought and paid for by offshore banks. Grow up. You understand? It's almost too late. It's too late if you keep sucking your thumbs. For new listeners out there who are laughing right now, it isn't funny. Tyranny isn't funny. History isn't funny. And it just goes on to talk about totalitarianism and how we're becoming that. Now let's go into the 14 points they point out. Number one, a Michigan man has been charged with a felony and could face 5 years in prison for reading his wife's email. But then, because it is illegal. But the government does it openly and no one gets in trouble. I mean, see, that's the most dangerous part about this. Number two, a 49-year-old Queens woman. Well, let me go back. Just like they announced in Pennsylvania and other states that the government is watching you over your computers at home, and the schools are tying into the computers, watching kids in the shower, in their bed. And the school told on themselves, and they're proud of it. And then no one got in trouble. No one was charged. It's totally illegal, absolute felony. They did it tens of thousands of times at one school, court records show, and no one gets in trouble. See? But you read your wife's email, she gets mad and calls the cops, boom, handcuffs, baby, you're gone. Oh, you're the 30 million illegal aliens, drunk driving, running around killing people? It's on record, they just let them go. You're a citizen, the book is thrown at you. See, it's a criminally organized system. That's what tyranny is. Tyranny is a world designed for criminals.
Your natural organic herbal formula for heart health is Heart and Body Extract.
My name is Van, and I'm 68 years old, and I live in Vermont. In the spring of 2003, I started to have problems with my heart. It felt like my heart was pounding, made me feel breathless. I tried many different things to try to get some help for myself. Nothing did anything.
Heart and Body Extract is very powerful, very effective, and works quickly.
I saw one of Sharon's ads and ordered Heart and Body Extract. I noticed a difference quickly, within days. The episodes became less frequent, and by a month had completely vanished.
Usually you find a 30-day or 60-day guarantee. Heart and Body Extract comes with a lifetime 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. Call 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When making important financial decisions, you should always know the facts. That's why Midas Resources is willing to pay you to read the facts. Midas Resources, a team of hand-picked financial specialists with decades of financial experience who are ready to provide you with state-of-the-art, up-to-date financial services. Midas Resources offers a host of services and stands behind their products. In fact, if you call and order their free Midas report, Midas Resources will pay you. This detailed report will provide you with financial history on the safest and most profitable areas to invest in. If you read the report, Midas Resources will send you a free Walking Liberty Silver $50. So what are you waiting for? Get the facts and call Midas Resources toll free at 888-292-2709. That's 888-292-2709. And remember, if you read the Midas report, you'll receive a free Walking Liberty Silver $50.
One of the most potent ways to lower blood pressure is to inhibit the angiotensin-converting enzyme in the body, also called ACE. In nature, there are a group of proteins found in unheated whey that inhibit the ACE enzyme. The most potent ACE inhibitor to date is lactokinin. While lactokinin does not have the inhibitory potency of synthetic drugs commonly used in the treatment of hypertension, this naturally occurring whey peptide may be able to help keep blood pressure normal. The most powerful whey protein supplement on the market is One World Whey. One World Whey is the first ever unheated whey protein powder from grass-fed cows. One World Whey is easily digested and tastes delicious. Use One World Whey to support your exercise or weight loss goals, your optimal blood pressure, energy, endurance, and mood. To order, call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when.
I'm stuck in Homeland Security Prison.
And time keeps dragging.
That's right, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. Now the Homeland, the lockdown Homeland, with all these predatory defense contractor companies putting in the tracking grid, MIT admitting it's a prisoner grid for all of us, and the average person out there still sucking their thumb as the military-industrial complex owned by the big banks openly declares war on us and is massing huge paramilitary force against us. Wow. So, Michigan man charged with a felony could face 5 years in prison for reading his wife's email. 49-year-old Queens woman had bruises all over her body. We have links to the photos. After she was handcuffed, arrested, and brutally beaten by NYPD officers. So what was her offense? The officers thought that her little dog had left some poop that she didn't clean up. Number 3, a 56-year-old woman who was once a rape victim refused to let airport security officials, not servants, feel her breast. So she was thrown to the floor, put in handcuffs, and arrested, and now banned from flying. Oh, yeah. And soon it's going to be banned from leaving your house. They admit that. I mean, Homeland Security says you're not going to leave your house without RFID tracker chip in your license. It's all public. It's total evil. But again, the average coward will never admit they're under attack, so they'll just say to themselves, good, I submit to it. Good, I submit to it. Drive to a checkpoint with cops with needles to take your blood. Good, I submit to it. They put more drugs in your water. Good, I submit to it. And when you get that diagnosis of cancer at 37, 38, you submit to it. You submit, you submit, you submit. They will not admit they're under attack, and they love it. Sorry. I'm ranting. In Milwaukee, one man was recently fined $500 for swearing on a public bus. Number 5, several years ago, a 12-year-old boy in South Carolina was actually arrested by police for opening up a Christmas present early against his family's wishes. And see, the family's trained to call the cops on their son. You know, don't spank your kid. Just call the cops. We'll throw them in juvenile. They can learn how to do drugs. In some areas of the country, it is now a crime not to recycle. For example, the city of Cleveland has announced plans to sort through trash cans to ensure that people are actually recycling according to city guidelines. That started 10 years ago in England, and now it's here. Number 7, a 12-year-old girl from Queens was arrested earlier this year and taken out of school in handcuffs for writing "Lex was here, 2-1-10, and I love my friends Abby and Faith" on her desk. You know, why not just make her stay late and scrub it off? Number 8, back in 2008, a 13-year-old boy in Florida was actually arrested by police for passing gas in class. Number 9, the feds recently raided an Amish farmer at 5 a.m. in the morning because they claimed that he was engaged in interstate sale of raw milk in violation of federal law, selling it to his neighbors. Number 10, a few years ago, a 10-year-old girl was arrested and searched with a felony, charged with a felony for bringing a small steak knife to school. It turns out that all she wanted to do was cut up her lunch so that she could eat it. There was one of those this week where the dad and the girl, she was, by the way, one of the top students in the class in the school about to graduate. They have matching lunch boxes. The mom got them. She took her dad's that had a small butter knife in it, but it was metal. Boom. She is probably not going to be able to graduate. She's in deep trouble. She's suspended right now. On the 18th of June, 2 Christians decided they would peacefully pass out copies of the Gospel of John on a public sidewalk outside a public Islamic festival in Dearborn, Michigan. And within 3 minutes, 8 police surrounded them and placed them under arrest. Oh, yeah. I mean, that happens all the time now. And these cops have no authority. They just do it. And they like it. You tell them Constitution, they start laughing. Those cops don't know it's the Constitution that protects their private property, their liberty, their freedoms, but they don't care. Because most of them are on steroids and have low IQs. By the way, that's in the news. They're now openly encouraging cops to inject roids. And up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they're paying to have the cops inject them. So look out, folks. Of course, they catch you on anabolic steroids, you're going to prison. But hey, that's how it works. Government is king, you're a slave. Government follows one rule, you another. Number 12, a U.S. district judge slapped a $500 fine on a Massachusetts fisherman, Robert J. Eldridge, for untangling a giant whale from its nets and setting it free. So what was his crime? Well, according to the court, Eldridge was supposed to call state authorities and wait for them to do it. See, the message is you don't do anything for yourself. The message is you're not allowed to do anything. Government has to do it. Like in England, you defend yourself with your fish in your own homes. They throw the book at you. You smash a vase over an intruder's head because you're disarmed, you go to jail. You've seen all those cases. The message is you don't do anything. We're criminal government. We don't like you defending yourself. Number 13, a food fight in a cafeteria may have gotten you detention. Now it may get you locked up. 25 students, between 11 and 15 at the school in Chicago, taken into custody. 14, a few years ago, a 70-year-old grandmother was actually put in handcuffs and hauled off to jail for having a brown lawn. Well, you don't water your lawn, you're going to prison. We'll be right back with all the latest police state news.